Today is February 28th, 2021, and I started testosterone November 28th, 2020. So that means it's been 3 months, and this video is going to be about all the changes that have happened the whole time I've been on testosterone, and also hormone blockers. That's something I'll get into in a second. Yeah, so not just the past month, because obviously I didn't do a 1 month or a 2 month video, so I'm gonna cover the whole thing in this video, and then I'm also gonna do a French version as well, because that's a lot easier to do than putting subtitles in a video, and it'll be interesting to see how rusty my French is now it's been so long since I've been shouted at by my French teacher for making grammatical errors, so yeah. But anyway, yeah, obviously this is the English version. So the first thing I wanted to mention was that some clothes I have that are fairly new have already been getting tight. So these trousers I got recently, when I got them they weren't tight at all, but now like they're a little bit tight. I mean, I can still wear them fairly comfortably because they were quite loose at the start actually, but yeah, they're a bit tighter. And also some of my t-shirts around my arms feel a bit tight as well. So yeah, the way I'm doing this changes video is I'm gonna talk about the changes that aren't not embarrassing, because I'm not particularly embarrassed about talking about anything, but the changes that everyone's going to be fine with hearing first, if that makes sense, and then when it gets to stuff like bottom growth and libido and all that, I'll say, now I'm going to talk about this, so you can click off, and that's going to be at the end of the video. So yeah, the next thing is that I've gained quite a bit of weight since starting testosterone, and that's not necessarily due to eating more, because I had quite a big appetite before starting as well, and I ate pretty regularly before going on testosterone. Like obviously depending on what I'd eat, I'd get hungry sort of every couple of hours, like at the least. So that's pretty much stayed the same. There were some weeks where my appetite did increase significantly, but I feel like I feel like the weight gain isn't necessarily because of eating more. I was actually so concerned about how fast it was happening that I spoke to my GP about it, and they were just like, oh yeah, I wouldn't worry, I'm pretty sure it would be the testosterone, and because it does increase muscle mass as well, so I might have a bit more muscle. I can't notice anything. I don't think I look any bigger or like fatter or anything, but yeah, my BMI though, before I started testosterone, it was, so before I started I was 9 stone 4 pounds, and now I'm 10 stone. So my BMI before was 24.3, which is a healthy BMI. I know BMI's bullshit basically, but basically for top surgery, in a lot of cases, not all cases, some I think are okay with your BMI being like 30, but others want it to be 28 or lower. So yeah, so my BMI before starting testosterone was 24.3, and now it's 27.4. So I'm hoping it doesn't creep up past 28, because I think that'll then limit the amount of options I have for top surgery. Obviously that's quite a way off though, because I'm planning to get top surgery on the NHS, because it just makes sense, because I'm already with an NHS clinic and I don't have the money to go private. And I think that so it would be less than a year from now on the NHS anyway, because you have to have been on testosterone for a year to get top surgery on the NHS. And for me, that seems okay. I mean, the downside is that that'll mean that. So that will mean that I will have started university by the time I get top surgery. But it's the way I see it is that that'll mean that I'll have met even more people to support me and be happy for me, and a good university is gonna understand that I'm gonna have to take some time out, and it's a matter of weeks, not months, that it takes to recover anyway, and I'm sure they're gonna understand it's important and essential, in fact, to me. So it's not ideal, but it's not gonna stop me. So yeah, I can't particularly remember what I was talking about before I then said all that. Oh yeah, I was just talking about how my BMI has increased. My weight does fluctuate, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that, well, I know that I have like gained some weight, but I'm not sure exactly how much, because honestly sometimes, according to the scales, I'm like 9 stone 12, and then other times I'll be like 10 stone 2, so who knows. But yeah, so at first, testosterone actually made me pretty unemotional, which was strange because I would cry so much before being on testosterone. You know, I would cry at things like the golden buzzer being pressed on Britain's Got Talent, and if I saw someone else crying on TV, then I would start crying as well. So yeah, it was really weird. At first, I had the feeling like I was about to cry, but I just didn't. So that was quite a significant change for me. But now that seems to have kind of changed back to how it was before, actually. So yeah. So now I'm back to crying easily. I'll literally cry an advert on the TV. Like the first time I saw that Halifax advert that's played loads at the moment, I cried at that. That woman's all getting all emotional and looking upset, and her boyfriend's then all just like comforting her. I found that so emotional. I literally cried at that. But yeah, so appetite I've already spoken about. Okay, so I know you can't see it here, but maybe you can actually. But I have got some facial hair, especially on my neck. Yeah, I've got some, like little bits at least, pretty much everywhere now. It isn't blonde or anything. I don't know why it's not really showing up, but I promise you it's there. So I'm very happy about that. I also use minoxidil to try and really encourage that facial hair growth. So yeah, it's disappointing it's not showing up on the camera, but it's definitely there. Yeah, so I also said I was going to talk about the fact I'm on hormone blockers as well. So I'm on Leuprolin. So first of all, the testosterone I'm on isn't injections, it's gel. You'll know that if you saw my video where I put it on for the first time. So yeah, it's gel, not injections. Yeah. So the gel that I use is Tostrin Gel. And it's basically what you apply it to your tummy and your inner thighs on alternating days. Sometimes I find it quite hard to remember where I put it the day before, but I'm sure it's not going to make a massive difference if you put it on the same place 2 days in a row. I think it's just you need to alternate or to avoid skin irritation and that sort of thing. It's interesting though, because sometimes when I put it on, it goes like quite red. But other times it doesn't. I feel like the more I rub it, the more it kind of irritates my skin. Yeah. I mean, the annoying thing about being on gel is mainly that it takes so long to completely dry. So, but yeah, I don't really mind that much. I mean, at first when I was putting it on, like in the first month, I was worrying I wasn't putting it on right and like it wasn't absorbing properly because I was so impatient with changes. I was like, I've been putting this gel on for a whole 2 days now. Why has nothing changed? Because I had massive expectations before I started tea. But yeah, but now there have been changes, which I'm very happy about. Because that was kind of a reason I didn't want to make a 1 month video, because I just thought it would be depressing. It would just be like, yeah, I'm 1 month on testosterone, nothing has changed at all, yay. I mean, I could have talked about the emotion stuff, but like, I don't know. I wanted loads of changes to talk about, which I now have, so I'm very happy about that. Yeah, so testosterone, I'm on Tostrin Gel, but I'm also on Leuprolin acetate, which is a hormone blocker. It's most commonly used to treat people with prostate cancer because that's to do with hormones, and probably something else as well. I feel like, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but yeah. Anyway, so I'm on that for hormone blockers, which I think is quite uncommon because I don't really know of anyone of any I don't really know of any other trans guys who are post pubescent, as in like postnatal puberty, obviously, who are on hormone blockers. So I'm pretty sure that's uncommon. I mean, so before starting T, I don't know what my estrogen levels are now, but before it was 169. So maybe that's particularly high. I mean, at the time when they called me telling me I was going on hormone blockers, I didn't really think to question them because I was just happy to be getting something going, to be honest. So yeah, my first hormone blocker injection was 3.75 milligrams of leuprolin acetate, and I started that the day before I took my first dose of tea, and then I had another, how many, 2, 3, I can't even think. So yeah, so that month I had 3.75 milligrams of that, and then a month later I had another 3.75 milligrams, and then a month later I had another 3.75 milligrams, and then hang on, I can't think. Let me pause the video a second. Yeah, so November, December, January, each of those times I had 3.75 milligrams. And then the other day I had the dose up to 11.25 milligrams, because that's meant to last 3 more months now. So yeah, that's good. And I'm not sure whether it is mainly because of that or mainly because of the testosterone. I guess it could be both working together. But my periods have stopped, which is brilliant. I've been reluctant to say that for so long because I'm like, oh, I'm worried that's gonna jinx it and make them come back suddenly. But but yeah, nah, I haven't had a period since my first month on T, so I think I'm good to say that they've stopped. I have been getting these occasional sort of phantom cramps and sort of feeling like I'm about to have a period, but it's not a massive deal. I'm just happy they've stopped, honestly. So yeah, other things to do with hair. So in the places where I've been applying the testosterone gel, which, as I said, is my tummy and my inner thighs, I have noticed significantly more hair, especially in my inner on my inner thighs actually, than kind of the rest of my body. So it's kind of annoying because like I'd rather that hair be on my arms than my inner thighs, because no one's gonna see like my inner thighs. But it's cool nonetheless. I've got a bit of like a snail trail coming along. Yeah, and another thing is that during these months I've had quite a few hot flushes. Not extremely bad ones, just you know, my cheeks going noticeably rosy and just my face feeling a bit like a bit hot basically. But not to the point it's like dripping with sweat or anything like that, so I'm not entirely sure it would be classed as a hot flush, but I'm not sure like how intense it has to be for it to be a hot flush basically. But I've had quite a bit of that. A few weeks ago I was like really struggling with my sleep, and I wasn't sure if that was entirely to do with lockdown and not having any structure in my life, or more to do with hormonal imbalances and stuff like that. Because obviously I'm on blockers as well, so in a way that makes me technically menopausal. And that's something that's common when you're menopausal to have insomnia. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was just like I couldn't sleep till like 4 a.m. on most nights. It like got progressively first. It was like at first I couldn't sleep until 1 a.m. Then I couldn't sleep until 2 a.m. and then I couldn't sleep till 3 a.m. and then I couldn't sleep till 4 a.m. And yeah, and that made me very irritable. And then to be honest, I'm still quite irritable, even though I am sleeping better now. I'm still quite irritable, but hopefully that'll pass. But then again, even before I was on testosterone, I was quite irritable. I'm just quite a hot-headed person, which people don't really expect. But yeah, I don't think lockdowns particularly helped with that, not gonna lie. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So yeah, my face has broadened out. I'm so happy about that. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell just from watching my videos, but I'm hopefully going to put an image of that in because I've just looked up how to insert images into YouTube videos. Like, for some reason I imagined it to be extremely difficult and you need to download this special software to do it, but yeah, hopefully I'll work out how to do that just in video editor. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna be so annoyed at myself if I've forgotten something, but now I'm pretty sure that I've gotten to the point now where I only have 2 more things to talk about, and those 2 things are bottom growth and libido, and also going with bottom growth, discomfort from bottom growth. So if you don't want to hear that, then this video is done for you and you can shoo. If you want to hear that, then cool, you know, radical. Here we go. So, bottom growth. If you don't know what that is, it's where your clitoris grows. And that has happened for me. Yay. So basically, how it is, yeah, as I said, your clitoris grows. Your clitoral hood then becomes, essentially then becomes your foreskin, and basically then the clitoris looks like a tiny head of a penis, which is fabulous. And yeah, so I'm excited for that to continue, honestly. The downsides of it have been that unfortunately it's caused me not intense pain, not like, ow, I'm in agony, but I've had, you know, like growing pains, and just kind of weird sensations, and I found it strange how, well, not really strange, because I know that this is because I try not to look down there too much, because obviously dysphoria, but it's, yeah, so because of that, it just sort of crept up on me that it had noticeably changed. So yeah, there's that. So I think that's pretty much what I've got to say about that. Yeah, it'll be exciting to see in the next update how much it's grown. Obviously, I'm not gonna like have a penis, obviously, but as I said, it basically looks like a micro dick head, which is great. It's often called a T-dick, which makes sense. So yeah, libido, testosterone is meant to make your libido just shoot up. So I'm not entirely sure that's happened for me, because that hasn't happened for me, because before testosterone I wanted to have sex. I still want to have sex, but I don't want to have sex. I'm not like I'm always thinking about having sex. So basically testosterone hasn't changed it. I've wanted a girlfriend for ages now, like since I was 15. Probably even since I was 14. That's like, I've been obsessed with, I just want a girlfriend so much. But now I still don't have one. So yeah, I still have no one to have sex with. I'm still a virgin. Yeah, but now I don't have a massive libido, you know, and like that's having a girlfriend. It'll come when it comes. You can't force it or anything. So yeah. But what I would say is that although my libido hasn't necessarily increased, the idea of having sex with my bits basically has become less unappealing for me. So before I was all like, oh, yeah, I'll just get prosthetics and all that, and I'll have like, I don't know, I'll have some sort of special boxes or something, and I'll get like a dildo or whatever, and or something especially designed for trans people. I haven't really researched much into it because I'm not in a hurry, because nothing's going to happen anytime soon, but basically, now that I've had this bottom growth, I am not opposed to the idea of using what I have there to have sex. So yeah, this seems like kind of an awkward note to end the video on, but it shouldn't be awkward really. Like, we should talk about our sexual desires, and if we want to talk about them, yeah, I don't mind talking about it personally. Okay, but yeah, okay, so also, again, this is something that obviously I try not to look at too much, but I have actually noticed that my chesticles feel a bit lighter. So I haven't measured them because that's dysphoria, obviously, but I think they have gotten a little bit smaller. So yeah. Which is good, because obviously that's why you need to be on testosterone for a year before you can then get top surgery on the NHS, because the breast size needs to go down. I'm not sure like how much, but and how much more I can expect it to go down, because that's not really something that most trans guys and non-binary people who are on testosterone talk about in these sorts of update videos. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how much more shrinkage to expect. Like, hopefully a lot, but obviously testosterone isn't gonna get rid of my testicles. Okay, so I've just realised that I didn't actually mention my voice changing, but hopefully that's apparent, So I think I've covered all the changes. I'm aware that this is a long video, but hopefully you'll find it worth watching. So yeah. See you probably at 4 months, because I'll probably do another update video then.